Happy Tuesday, everyone. I am Val Jeans, and this is my world, at least the way I see it. If you are happy with the current administration, please walk on by. This is not the place for you. If you are not happy and you want to do something about it, come on in, pull up a chair, get a pencil and a piece of paper because we do give homework. And I think I have fam here. Hi, fam. There's my cousin Michelle. She will try to be back, but the baby has been really struggling with his afternoon activities. Oh no, poor baby. Uh, she's back. Hi, cuz. How you doing? There's our dear darling Dinky Jen. Hello and good evening. See you later. Where did you go? To Sonic? I um Growing pains. Ooh, Lord, I'm so sorry. I don't really have a topic today because things just keep happening. Michelle, you got a topic for today? I've been going through what's been going on, and Jasmine Crockett has thrown her hat into the ring. She's going to run for Senate. I hope she makes it. I really do. I want to know if I can do an absentee ballot for Texas. I'm just saying. Susan, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. How's everything out there in Cali? Do you still have ice running around? They are sending ice to Minnesota after the Somalis. They want to deport the Somalis since they have gotten their votes. Their representative, Eber Omar, is giving 47 the blues, and so now he wants all the Somalis out of the country. Michelle says, I do. I can talk about the attacks on Jasmine as she runs for Senate. Go for it. You want to come up? You want me to drop you a link? Or you want to type it? What you want to do? Well, we can talk about that too. Okay. Um, and I think they are still bombing in Argentina. I thought 47 was against us being in wars, and he's trying to start a war. You can't come up. Okay, you want to type it or you want to just have the audio? Tell me what you want to do. I can give you audio, or you can type. I'm easy today because I'm just so blown away. Um, he's doing too much. Pebbly Pooh, how you doing, sweetheart? You're listening? Don't listen, honey. Type. She is living rent free in the paper thin Commandos chief said. She is. She is. And they have a whole. Oh, I have to find that. They did a whole thing about Trump's MRI, and they said he had an MRI of his brain, and the only thing in his head was Obama. I'm trying to get rid of that sun because it's making my forehead look really, really shiny. But no matter where I move, it is there. And it's too hot to wear that hat. But you know what? I'm not going to complain too much because it's been so dark, dank, and dreary in St. Louis for so long. I'm kind of enjoying the sun, even though it does make me look crazy. Oops. Susan, stop running from me. Drawing more house maps. Oh, but it's okay. Let's start at the top and work our way down then. So I hit everything. Lest I not forget. Oh, and Tennessee. I think the only reason Tennessee went red or stayed red was because Shady Vance went down there and was campaigning. I think if he hadn't gone down there, I can't think of her name, but the Democratic candidate would have won. Everybody is speaking. She was a strong presence on TikTok, and people have been supporting her over there. Okay. I want to see her win and replace Hakeem. Well, she won't because she's running for the Senate and Hakeem is in Congress. She would replace is it Schuster? I think his name is Schuster because Hakeem is in Congress. Have you heard that they are trying to put the Monroe Doctrine back in place? No, I had not heard that. Lord have mercy. I had not heard that. Oh, Lord. Okay, I guess I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up then. No, oh, wait a minute, what happened? Hasn't been replaced, but has evolved, been renounced, and recently revived and reinterpreted. Notably with 47's Trump corollary in 2025, shifting focus from European threats to countering China and addressing migration/drugs via assertive U.S. intervention, even while the Obama administration declares its end in 2013, signaling a pendulum swing in U.S. Latin America policies. Oh, God, God. Uh, Trump pledges to reassert Monroe Doctrine. Why he's bringing back all the old stuff that we've gotten rid of? No, go away, go away, go away. To restore American power. Oh, yuck. What is wrong with the man? Can I do this without a commercial? Put forward a sweeping set of national security goals in which he vows to enforce the Monroe Doctrine while adding his own corollary aimed at expanding U.S. influence in the Western Hemisphere and countering adversaries' growing footprint. Oh, fight
We solve our nation's biggest challenges.
Oh, I don't need to now
Precision,
because I started
speed,
reading it. It
honor.
took me too long to come up.
No
So
manual,
just be
no
quiet.
roadmap, no problem.
Thank you. To achieve this, the administration vows in the document to assert and enforce a Trump corollary. James Monroe issued the doctrine in his seventh annual address to Congress, 1823, warning European powers against interfering in the Western Hemisphere through political influence or colonization. What about Putin? Although European nations initially paid little attention to Monroe's Declaration, it eventually became a long-standing tenet of U.S. foreign policy. Oh, crikeys. After years of neglect, the U.S. will reassert and enforce the doctrine to restore prominence in the Western Hemisphere and to protect our homeland and our access to key geographies throughout the region. Is a common sense and potent restoration of American power and priorities consistent with American security interests. Seriously? Oh, Lord. We're in trouble. Uh, it looks like actual. The baby is trying to help me type. Oh, good. Start him out early. May not understand the impact. I disappeared. I'm back. Pebble says, unofficially in the Jefferson removal is in full swing. Removal of all folks. The in Jefferson removals is in swing. Ridiculous. Pebbles, I am ready for him to hug the Reaper. I said that long ago. Well, I'm sorry. I can't see you and read at the same time. I'm sorry. I was on another tab. See, that's why sometimes I need a co-host so people can see what's happening over here while I'm looking at stuff over there. I got four eyes, but I can't. I cannot. You know the limitations of trying to do this in StreamYard or online or live or whatever. I honestly don't know why he's still in office. I really don't. I really don't. No, I mean that. I said we were in trouble long ago. Well, yeah, you did. You did. You did. You meant Andrew Jackson's removal act. Thank you. You mean like the Trail of Tears? And that is why I don't like being like. I mean, it works better if you got two people up here. Case in point, because one's reading the chat while the other one. You know what? I just throw it back at you. You know, you my researcher. I'll let you do the research, and I can read the chat. So we're supposed to be in the West. Oh Lord. Hey. Okay. Again. He is trying to take us back in history and take away all the rights we've already earned and take us back in. He's trying to take us back to savage times. I just put it out there. He's trying to take us back to savage and inhumane times. And I don't know why he's being allowed to do that. Yes, remove what the government deems undesirable. And what's really sad is that what the government deems undesirable are really beneficial people. They really are. And I don't know. I just don't understand how this is being allowed. I really don't. Sorry, I am struggling and not feeling that great today. My stomach and head are at war, and I am a POV. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You see, I feel better about my cold, and now you're sick again. What is happening with us? We've been alternating being sick all year since April. It's one or the other of us. I'm just now starting to feel better. I got my tea, my honey, and my lemon, and now you're ill again. Mm. And I've been sucking up seeds out of my lemon. I have to remember to seed my lemons before I put them in my tea. I'm going to end up choking my fool self. Pebble says, and people who are not ultra rich are not wanted. It's back to what I said in the beginning, because they're playing with the healthcare and the hospitals and whatnot. If you are elderly, black or brown, sick, they just want you to expire. They don't want you in this country. They have revised the indoctrination, the vaccine standards again. And if you want to be vaccinated, I suggest you go sooner rather than later, because the pharmacies may not. How did they explain it? If the standard is not to give a certain vaccine, the insurance companies may stop covering it. So if you go in and you want this particular vaccine, you may have to pay for it out of pocket. Craziness. But we're supposed to be one of the wealthiest countries and have such a high standard of health care. And you can't get drugs when you want the drugs because you can't afford the drugs. And so, oh, well, you catch the disease and you, now I remember that I was listening to it on I've Had It last night, because we've had 3 babies expire from whooping cough because they're not getting vaccinated. Craziness. I have no idea, but I know it is from having a sick repair person in the house. You should have made them wear a mask. Insurances are trying to not qualify people skimming off the top. Yeah, because they want to keep more of the profit in their pockets. Hi, Sam. How are you? What has happened? Right now, we're talking about 47 trying to take us back into the Monroe Doctrine. And they have revised our vaccination schedule. And the fear is that if certain vaccines are taken off the schedules, the insurance companies will not pay for them. And if you want a particular vaccine, you may have to pay for it out of pocket. And a lot of people cannot afford that. That's why they have insurance. So you decided not to go live later. This is Tuesday. This is my normal time. Did I say I was going live later? Jen, what are you talking about? You know I'm easily confused. Did I say I was going live later? I wasn't going to go live later. They are charging more and giving far less. Yes, they are. No, I wasn't going to go live later because that messes with you and Sam. Oh, you know what? I had talked about that. You're right. Because Reese is still on, and I just watched the first hour of him, and then I come over and talk to you all and go back and watch the replay. And then I had said I might just go an hour later so I can see his whole thing. And I had forgotten. You've got such a good memory. Because I had thought about it, but I was concerned about you and Sam. And I had forgotten you said that it was only 9 o'clock where you live. I don't remember anything. I have noticed my meds are getting additional approved or needing additional. Really? Oh my goodness. I think mine have gone up a little bit. Looking forward to your channel changes. I don't know. We'll have to, know what, we need to talk about that. We really do need to talk about it and decide what we're going to do. Yeah, Shorty is on meds that have to be prescribed monthly. She cannot get a refill on them. She has to get a new prescription every month, and it never fails that whoever takes the call and writes the script uh, forgets to give the right validation or the right ICP code, and the pharmacy won't fill it. My daughter calls for the medication. It's not filled for XYZ reason. She's got to call them back, wait for somebody to call her back, and go through the scenario again to get this baby's medication filled. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, it's getting really, 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 really just stupid over here. You had it scheduled to go live at 3. Did oh, that was a typo. I meant to. That was a typo. Thank you for letting me know that I did that because I didn't know that I did that. Um, so how would see 3 o'clock Central with 3 and 6 is 9? That would be 9 for you, Dinky Jen, and Sam. It would be an hour later for you. How would the 3 Central be for? Oh, that was the thing. I was going live at 2 so we could raid Ola Joe at 3, but Ola Joe hasn't been going live at 3 lately. And I was afraid to move my live because we want to go raid Ola Joe and see what she's doing. So, but she hasn't been live in the last 2 months or so. Susan says insurance is not covering the all of those diabetes/weight loss meds effective 1/1/26. Oh Lord. Okay. In order to get your diabetes under control, most people need to lose weight. If they're not going to cover the weight loss meds so that you don't have to take the diabetes meds, what do they want you to do? Now, Trump just signed a bill for one of the weight loss meds to reduce their prices. What was it, Ozempic? Michelle, do you remember which one it was off the top of your head? Jen said it told me 9 p.m., yet your usual time is 8 p.m. my time. Okay. How is 9 p.m. for you, Jen? Pebble says, when I had sepsis, 6 days in hospital, then tried to push me into nursing home to complete IV treatments. No, no, no. I hear this too often. I hear of this too often. Yeah, they're trying to, and that's the problem. They're trying to get people out of the hospital to free up hospital beds for other patients and to send people to nursing homes. But nursing homes aren't equipped for IV therapy. That's not really what they do. A lot of nursing homes might be like rehab. They want you to get better and go home, or it's like hospice. You're there for the duration. I don't. There's Granny D. Granny D, when you were in the nursing home, were they doing IV antibiotics there? She came in just when I needed her. Jen saying hi to everybody coming in. Michelle says, I heard about that, and it is designed to kill those that they don't have use for. They're trying to be subtle about it. But that's the catch 22. And then two, if you haven't lost the weight, you got diabetes, you're not taking the diabetic medications, you go into a diabetic coma, you are rushed to the hospital, you use more resources. So it's better just to either pay for the weight loss or pay for the medications rather than pay for the diabetic coma and everything that it takes to get you well and get you out. Vaccines there are free. OM to the G. Michelle's laughing. The YouTube guru here checking in. Bless your heart. There's Granny. Love and hugs to you, sweetheart. You came in just when I needed you. Cause I don't think that our nursing homes here do that. Not down here. And that's probably Pebbles, I'm glad you did not allow them to do that. Jen says, I'm fine, Michelle, just eating after a nap. How are you? Oh, you got a nap? Yay! Susan says, many meds require prior approval. More of them require it in 2026. Oh, Lord. When can we get him out of here? Michelle says, battling what feels like a cold, but I am here. I had a cold. I suspected, but that was why I said that I would be back. Granny saying hi to everybody. Okay, Sam says, I am good for any time. If you need me, I will set an alarm and be there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Jen says, Ola was live the other day. She had many unboxings to show us, and she was overly excited. Oh, okay. Pebble says, didn't that mouth say he did a deal with company? He did, and I believe it was Ozempic. Let me see. Because I remember he was asking one of the senators or whatever if he was eligible. Okay. Well, let me make sure you can see it. No, you can't. I'm glad I came over here to check. Okay, it says the deal involves Eli Lilly, which makes Zepbound and Manjaro, and Novo Nordisk, the maker of Ozempic and Wegovy. The drugs known as GLP-1 medications now cost as much as $1,350 a month. M to the G. Under the new agreement, eligible patients will pay around $245 to $350 per month. So they're paying for that one, which makes me wonder what he's getting out of it. Forbes says, I like Forbes. Oh, I don't want to subscribe. Trump has pushed for lower pharmaceutical costs in the U.S. Announced earlier this month a deal with the same ones I said on Medicare and Medicaid. Oh, you have to be on Medicare or Medicaid to purchase the weight loss drugs at a lower price on new Trump RX website. So if you're on, it says that if you're on Medicaid, you're eligible. But still, that's a lot of money. Okay, now those companies will lower the price Medicare pays for the treatment, which costs up to $13.50 per month before insurance, to $245 per month. Patients using the new TrumpRx.gov to purchase the drugs without insurance will pay $350 per month, with plans to lower costs to $250 per month over the next 2 years. A $149 per month charge for the lowest dose of the pill form of the drugs will be offered to consumers. No, I'm not going to pay $60 when I can read you online, but thank you. Um, yeah. Susan says, I was going out to do some errands, but got back by one for you. God love you. That is so sweet of you. Granny says, Sis Ola has been live, but I believe more like pop-ups. Okay. Thanks, Granny. Sam says, I had to investigate what it meant by structural eugenics due to all the craziness going on over there. It is so terribly sad. It is. It's Darwinism at its finest. It really is. It really is. Granny says Ozempic was originally for diabetes. Was it? Okay, Jen says she has no problem with 9. Thank you, love. Michelle says, I am not sure, but it might have been yeah. I am seeing a higher copay for me starting next month. Oh. And Jen says she rarely goes to bed before 11. Okay, thank you. Why aren't you? Thank you. Susan says Ozempic is on the list. Okay. Granny says she's not sure. The only antibiotics she had while there was oral. Pebbles was saying when she was septic in the hospital, they wanted to discharge her and send her to a nursing home to finish her IV antibiotics. And I was saying nursing homes don't do IV antibiotics, at least those around here. And then you came in, so I decided to ask you because you've been in a nursing home more recently. Michelle says, insanity. As a fragile diabetic, I have to take the medication to control my glucose. Nothing else has worked so far. You need a strong-willed doctor. Jen says, same here, Sam, regarding vaccines. See, Michelle, we might have to go to the UK. Michelle says there are no kickbacks on this med, so they don't want to pay for it. No, I refused the doctors 3 times, told them insert PIC line and send me home. Discharge papers still had a home listed. They were determined. They were determined. Granny says, I'm just so aggravated, putting it mildly, that 47 is still in office after all the damn craziness. I just said that earlier. I don't know why he's still there. Sheesh. I wish I and my whole family could move to another country. I I I I I I mean, it's December. Why is he still there? I don't get it. Sam says $13.50 a month. Oh wow, you don't want to hear how much I pay per month for my Ozempic. $6.50. Wow. $6.50. OM to the G. That is fab. Pebble says he's selling private insurance. We're doomed. See, I'm afraid to go there and see what's on there. If anybody's interested, we'll go do a field trip, but I'm scared. Sam says it is D, and here if you spend a certain amount on meds in a year, the threshold, you get the remainder of the year free. Wow, wow, wow. Susan says, and they sent out a letter saying they will no longer cover them at all. My elderly friend asked me to read her letter. The rate for Monjaro is outrageous. Ozempic is between 1,000 and 1,300. And Ozempic is still a diabetic med. It is often prescribed off-label for other reasons. I am a strong-willed patient, so the doctor fights on my behalf. He said he'd rather fight them than fight me. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Michelle says, mercy, Susan. I hope she can get an insurance advocate to help her. I do too. Granny is scared too. Yeah, this is, ooh, child. Pebbles laughing. Same with my doctor. She saw me through homelessness. I'm a fighter. And you're a survivor. God bless you, Pebbles, and God bless us all through all this mess. Amen. Amen. Because we've got a battle. We've got an uphill battle. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me scroll back up. That was what since we started at the bottom of the list, now we got to go back up. Okay, so in that case, I think I'll move this one to 3 so we don't have to break into Reese since Ola is not using her time. Because sometimes he throws a little something in there that we need to talk about. Then we had, oh yes, Granny, did you hear Jasmine just announced she's running for Senate? That was the other thing we were going to talk about. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. I hope she gets in. The problem is that we got to get everybody in Texas to get up and go vote. If they don't vote for her, no matter how dynamic she is, she's not going to get in because Greg Abbott has most of the state stacked against her. And I really would like to see him go. I really would. She has such a dynamic personality. And she's not afraid. Chuck Schumer, that's who she would be replacing if she wanted to go in the lead. She would replace Chuck Schumer. But you would have to get people to vote for her. And they had said that they had to use the 21 maps. They couldn't use the new redistricted map. And somebody went behind them and said, no, they could use the map. So I'm not sure which map they're using in Texas. She had said before I left over there that they had drawn out her district. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm so confused. I am so confused. Yeah, they're charging us more and they're giving us less. I noticed when I went to get distilled water today, it is 30 cents higher than it was in October. And it's just distilled water. And 47 is still, oh, I did see him today. He's still saying he got, was it $37 billion in tariffs? And he's going to use it to do all these fantastic things. And we're still sitting here going, tariffs is a tax. It's a tax. Where did you get the money from? It's just, people are still believing his lies. I don't know why. Unless they're just, I don't know. I am just so confused. I'm just so confused. I don't know why people are really, really um, accepting what's going on. I don't know why they are accepting, well, a lot of people are not accepting ICE, but the actual ICE agents going in, snatching people, and disappearing them. I don't know. I don't understand any of the cruelty. I'll just put it to you that way. I don't understand any of the cruelty because this is inhumane. It's not. This is pre-Civil War. This is really pre-Civil War, and he's making it okay again. If you don't look like him, if you are not a billionaire, then you need to go. If you come from a country that has basically blonde hair, blue eyed people, they're welcome to come over. But if you're not blonde hair and blue eyed, you're not welcome. Sam says if a country as small as Australia's population can have a free for all health care, I can't see why the US can't have it too. I understand. I greed. They're greedy. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Susan says so many don't understand what he's doing. Heads are firmly planted in the sand. How many years do we have left? We're still on year one. We are still on year one. So we got 3 years. I'm gonna do my best to survive, but this is gonna be hard. Granny says dermatologist's office finally called me today after I put in another call to my doc about the referral not happening. But there's not been an opening until February the 9th. I know I'm off topic, but asking for prayer. Granny, that's the one good thing I like about my insurance. I don't need a referral, but still, they make it hard for you to take care of yourself. They really do. And with a lot of the rural hospitals and the hospitals closing down, they're just making it hard. Jen says, exactly, Sam, but companies are for profit, not care. Only a few care for patients. Unfortunately, that is correct. Unfortunately. Granny says, and if this is skin C, it can be easily taken care of. Thanks, bunches. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's and you don't want to have to run to the emergency room for everything. Yes, Granny, we know what a hypochondriac you are, but we love you anyway. And we believe in the power of prayer. Scary 47 mentioned 100 million redo on Kennedy Center, all by private donations. He'll not be satisfied until our country is rubble. Are you kidding me? And I bet everything is going to be tacky gold plated. Everything he's touched is tacky. And people allow him to do it. And the people who don't allow him to do it, they fire. He fires them. When he does that crap, I wish they'd all boo him. He's been booed so far. He went to that football game with his little folder. He was going to read something and he couldn't read it for all the booing. Paul, welcome in. Good to see you. My town is asleep on all this. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. It's just. So what is your town awake on? Or anything? Yeah, we got too many years left. I don't know. Yeah. Oh no, he mentioned 24 karat only. Oh my God, have mercy, Jesus. Tacky. Now I'm now. Don't get me wrong. I am a lover of gold. All of my jewelry, except about 4 pieces, is gold. But my walls aren't gold plated, and my sconces and all that is not gold plated. And it's not all over the room. It's tacky. Chris, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. What's going on in your neck of the world? They think it's still the 50s. Oh, he's trying to take us back to the 1850s, Paul. He's trying to take us back. Camille, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? What's happening in your neck of the woods? Because yeah, it's just treacherous out here. Is your throne marble? Oh, I forgot about that. In Lincoln's bathroom? No, mine is porcelain like it should be. Oh my gosh. He wants to talk about everybody that's low IQ and everybody that's uneducated. And he is uncouth and he has zero taste. He needs to look in the mirror. Sam says 47 is under the impression that gold is a sign of wealth. When it's all just a sign, it's just a sign your head is up your butt. He's gone back to the ages of the Incas and the Mayans when gold actually meant something. Illness is going on. Oh, we just got through talking about the whooping cough and the vaccines. You got anything else going on in your area? Camille says just expensive groceries and a bunch of redneck idiots. I just said distilled water has gone up 30 cents from October. Just plain old distilled water. Paul said he's also trying to make us Russia hungry, etc. Yeah, he is. He is. And I think it has something to do with Putin having a picture of him misbehaving on Epstein's Island. But that's just me. But I think it has a lot to do with Putin. The Kennedy Center is lovely with all the gold garbage. I think without all the gold, without him just touching it, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Nobody. They paid all those billions of dollars to get him in the White House. Just stay in the White House and leave the rest of the country alone. That's all you got to do. Don't touch anything. We didn't ask for you to do that. He wants to go back to the robber baron. Yes, he does. Chris, he does. He really does. He thinks he's Daddy Warbucks. He really does. Paul says, that's my town. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Chris says, and thank God I got my vaccinations. I got mine back in September. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. Cause I when they said RFK Jr., I said, how soon can I have it? Camille says it's a real life let them eat cake here, and yes, it is. Camille, you hit that on the head. Yes, it is. And like we said earlier, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and it's survival of the fittest. If you're elderly, if you're ill, if you're black or brown, they'll just let you, like with Hurricane Katrina, they'll put you in a corner someplace and let you expire because there's no quality of life here for you anymore. And when I heard that they had done that, I was so eternally pissed off. After 40 years in trauma, I was really pissed off because that's what we do. We save lives. But these people out here are playing God. And everybody's, and thank you all for talking to each other. Okay. What else is happening here that we talked about Jasmine. We talked about the Trump version of the Monroe Doctrine. We talked about lowering the cost of Ozempic, but they're not wanting to pay for diabetic medications for other people. Ooh, we just gotta pray. Um, I don't know. I think our only homework this week is going to be that to write I do not pay taxes to go down and bomb Venezuela. That's not what I pay taxes for. Granny says they can't find money to fund Medicaid and many other vital programs, yet he finds billions to throw at other countries and other projects. Burns, yep. We can write about that again as well. I talked about the what is it, 40 billion he sent down to Argentina. I keep getting what he's done to Venezuela and what he's done to Argentina confused. Camille says, yeah, it pissed me off when the did happen and they said the old people could die. Oh yeah. And then he was saying to inject bleach and gargle with the bleach and it wasn't here and he stopped Dr. Fauci from keeping us apprised of what's going on because and you know what, Camille, I was thinking about that this morning. We were the last country to get into it, but we lost the most people. I was thinking about that earlier. I wish Jasmine was our president too. I really, really want to see Prisker and Walls run. And I don't care who runs for which office. Those two, I think, would be dynamic. I really do. I think they would really turn this world around, this country around. Yeah, I think I would love to stop paying taxes, but I don't want to go to jail. And I think that if the feds aren't going to take care of the social programs and that they want the states to fund the social programs, that we should pay taxes to the states and not the feds. Because I don't pay taxes for him to go golfing every weekend down in Mar-a-Lago and charge us $18 million. Pebble says, my tax dollars are to support America, meaning its people. The people and not the billionaires. Yeah, I love me some Tim Walls. I think Tim Walls and Prisker would be a great team. He said that, oh yeah, and he got vaccinated again this year. When he went in for his second annual physical, he got his vaccinations. He tells everybody else they don't have to do it. But he did it because of his age. Camille's laughing. She says, except we do pay for him to golf. I know. I know. That's why I want to pay the states and not the feds, because I don't pay for him to play golf and tear down the East Wing and pave over the Rose Garden and half the other craziness that he's done. I have two nieces who worked ER during that time. Ooh, yeah, that was ugly. That was seriously ugly. That was a scary time, because I was going through treatment during that time, and it was it was we did a lot of triage. I wish they paid for me to crochet. You know what, Camille? They do say to sit down, turn off your TV, and start a hobby so that you can free your mind and not get so agitated about the state of the world. So we're right on there with our crochet. And Sam says it's time for the Dems to start playing as dirty as the GOP do. No more going high, match their level. Sam, we have been saying that, but the problem is that our current leadership still wants to be upright and professional. And I'm all in favor of being upright and professional, because you got to look yourself in the mirror in the morning. But right now, we are fighting an uphill battle with no weapons, and we've got to meet them toe to toe. And our current Democratic leaders aren't thinking that way. And when you get somebody like Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Greg Casar, Maxwell Frost, Al Green, who will go toe to toe with you and get in your face, they get called into the office and told to stop, or they get censured and told to sit down and be quiet because they're not following the plan. So don't get me wrong. I like me some Hakeem Jeffries. I like how he thinks for the most part. But I agree with you, Sam. It's time to take off the suits, put on the jeans, the t-shirts, and the boots, and get out there and put the spurs where they will do the most good. And I don't have a violent bone in my body. But get me a roll of 3-inch tape and I will get your attention so that you understand what I'm talking about. But that's the topic for another day. Worst up. They watched, yes, they did. And yes, yes, yes. And so many people were saying, don't get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine, until they got the vid and they were in the hospital, and just before they expired, then they said, oh, I made a mistake. I am so sorry. Please get the vaccine. I don't understand these anti-vax people. I really don't. Prayer for your nieces, Susan. I know I'd be traumatized as well. Oh, yeah. Because you're so helpless. Because we were taught that all life is worthy. And you do everything you can to save people. And you've got people laying there that you can't do anything for. Especially by the time they come into the ER, they're past the point of no return. It's really sad. Sam says they can be upright and professional once they get back into power. Preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. Granny says, I love me some Al Green too. But Jasmine and Maxwell Frost were called into the office. Maxwell. he called I forgot which committee he was in, but he called 47 a grifter, and It was either Nancy Mace or MTG objected to it, and the chairman, and I want to say it was Comer, asked him to rephrase his statement. And he rephrased his statement, but he still left grifter in there. And the Republican objected again, and they said, you have to take that word out. He says, I'm not taking that word out. They said, okay, then you have to leave the floor. He says, okay, but I want to stand on record that he is a grifter. I'm like, yay, Maxwell. He packed up his stuff. He got up. He walked out because they're like, you have to leave the floor. Stand on principle. Say what you mean what you say. They're going to have to not be professional at first, Sam, and reverse all this crap. Even little old Maxine Waters, who's 88 if she's a day, she went up there to the Department of, I forgot what, walked up to the door and says, I am a representative. I have access to this building. And they said, no, you can't come in. Oh, that was when Doge was running rampant. She walked up to them and she caused holy hell. She's too old to fight. She's too old to do anything but speak. But she got up there and she spoke and she let them know that she was not going to back down, that she had the right to enter that building. You got to get up in their faces. And Hakeem did not call her into the office. He knew better than to ask Auntie Maxine to sit down someplace. Susan said, I did nothing but crafts, reading, etc. When Ashley was in the hospital during that time, I didn't touch the TV. See, I would take my meds, deal with Shorty. Drea would come up from the basement and make lunch. I'd lay down and take a nap because she had Shorty for that little time after lunch. I'd get up at 3 to get a snack, and we would see the update because our county did updates every day at 3. We'd see the updates, and then I would piddle from there. I had like a 3-hour window. I was up, and then I have to go take a nap. But yeah, I did I did our daily update, and then I was through with it. You love some Maxwell too? Mm-hmm. Maxwell went down to Alligator Alcatraz and got in their faces. I love me some Maxwell. Yeah, Camille, that's the ones like AOC and Jasmine. I like Ayanna Presley. She's very good. She's very verbal, but she doesn't get up in your face like Jasmine does. But she's good too. Yeah. She's a firecracker. I like her spirit and she don't play. And AOC has a YouTube channel. Some of the things that they do on Capitol Hill, she will come on her YouTube channel and do a short and explain to you why they did it and what it really means. Like when MTG said she was going to resign and her last day was going to be January the 5th, AOC dropped a short and she says the reason MTG put her date at January the 5th is because if she worked until January the 3rd, she gets her pension. So MTG is going to stop working on January the 5th, but she gets her pension. And Cousin Michelle says that if she works until the 3rd, she still gets paid for the rest of the year. So how are you going to get paid for a year and you haven't worked? Explain that to me. Roberta, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you, sweetie? No, Granny, we haven't talked about MTG until just now. Michelle and I talked about her, but I don't think that we've done her in panel. I'm happy. Oh, and Roberta's here. Roberta. No, Roberta's in North Carolina. Darcia's in Georgia. If we could get the Georgia people to get up and get out and get everybody together to vote blue once MTG steps down, we've got another blue seat. She gets her pension and her guaranteed health care. That's lovely. For working 5 days, and they've already been out for 4 weeks, 8 weeks. That's not what I pay taxes for. It's not. Granny, what do you have to say about MTG? Besides that, she's just doing this because she's mad at Trump because he wouldn't back her to run for Senate. He didn't want to lose her congressional seat. He's going to lose it anyway. And I hear rumors that she might be running for governor. I don't see MTG being the governor of Georgia, but I also did not see Tennessee voting red. I really thought we were going to flip that seat blue, and I still think we would have flipped that seat blue if Shady Vance had not gone down there and campaigned. I don't think Epps would have won it. Yes, she does. Nancy Mace, and Lauren Boebert need to all leave. All three of them. Oh, and there are rumors that Nancy Mace may step down. There are rumors, speaking of rumors, that 24 Republicans are either going to step down or not go for re-election. If we could flip those 24 seats blue, we will be fighting downhill with weapons. I'm just saying. Roberta says getting blue in MT. Yeah. Getting blue anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon line is hard. It really is. It's hard. Because they are so entrenched in the Confederacy. And I can say that because I went down to Alabama to do family history. Where was I? Fayette County, Alabama. They were still flying the Confederate flag over the courthouse. I almost passed out. In the 20 teens, they still had the Confederate flag flying over the courthouse. So yeah, it's hard to get anything blue south of the Mason-Dixon line because they're just they are Republican in vitro. I see it's going to be like I think they have Confederacy in their breast milk. I really do, because it's not in the brain. It's up to 30s as of noon today. They had a bingo card with Republican heads that might be retiring, and it was enough to make me want to start playing bingo, because I don't play bingo, but I would play bingo just if I could have that card. I still don't care for MTG, but glad she's going. I know. Can you take Nancy Mace and Lauren Boebert with you? They need to go. Sam says, yes, I've heard the same rumors. So many just woke up and realized their political careers are... Now, but that's the other thing. If you don't go for re-election because you don't want to play footsies with the 47... Once he's out of office and everything stabilizes, you can run again, can't you? Because there's no, it's not statute of limitations, but there's no cap on how long you could be in office. They can run again. not statute. Yeah, but see, they're committing crimes, so it's a statute of limitations. Roberta says, Granny D, we need to get rid of the old lady. Which old lady? We have several of them. Don't say Maxine. Oh, you mean Nancy Pelosi. She said she's not running again. I wish I could retire at 51 instead of 67. We don't get a full retirement until 70, and they are trying to push it back into the 70s because we can retire at 62 with partial Social Security. But if you retire at 62, whatever you retire on, that's all you get for life. If you wait until 65, you get a little bit more money and you get your Medicare. If you wait until 67, you get a little bit more money. But if you wait until you're 70, you get full benefits, so you get all of your money going forward. And the problem is, with the way the world is going and whatnot, not a lot of us live past 65. Because I just lost a former brother-in-law at 66. So he really didn't get to get his benefits. Confederacy is a matter of nature over nurture. Oh, I never thought about it that way, Roberta. You are correct. Girl, I never thought about that. Paul says mass exodus from Congress, hopefully. I'm hoping, Paul. I'm hoping. If we can get all them out and we can flip all those seats blue. And again, I don't care who's running. Flip it blue, and then we'll get the bad blues out. Like Schuster and some of them. Federline. But get blue first. And I'm sorry, but I want to get out every blue who voted to those, what was it, 6? The 6 blues who voted to censure Al Green. I want all of them gone. Just because. Al was correct. Granny says, I saw that bingo card on Reese Waters' Troubled Waters show. I had a good giggle. Yes, indeed. It was like, I want one of those cards. I will start playing bingo. Yes. And I don't play bingo. Sam says, yeah, they can probably run again, but want to do so without the stink of tease, BO, and diaper on. I know. Paul said Virginia Fox. Was that her name? No, her name wasn't Fox. It was something else. It was, what was her name? Her first name, it was like Austin. Her first name was a boy's name, and I'm sorry. And it was spelled crazy. Well, let me do it this way. Who ran against Epps for Tennessee? Afton Bean. I have not seen Afton as a first name, and I've not seen Afton spelled like that. But Afton Bean ran against Matt Van Epps. He got 53.9%. She got 45.06. She was close. She was close. I think she could have beat him if Shady hadn't gone down there. Roberta says, I can't remember her name. Oh, Virginia Fox. Now, who's Virginia Fox? Granny said, yeah, get rid of Fox. Oh, now I got to go see who Virginia Fox is. I don't know that name. Oh, she's from North Carolina. Well, that's why I don't know her. Uh, oh, she wants you to sign up for her e-newsletter. An American politician, businesswoman, and educator serving as the U.S. representative for North Carolina's 5th Congressional District. Okay. Well, we put her on the list of people we want to get rid of. Proudly serving North Carolina. Well, Granny, she at least is proudly serving North Carolina. She's proud about it. Janine, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? I'm glad, girl. I know you're glad you live in Canada, because it is pitiful down here. I watch Naughty Nana Does from Canada. I think she's more upset with 47 than we are, and she's funny with it. I was forced early at 62 due to being disabled. Unfortunately, yeah. If but you get your disability and your Social Security, don't you? Yeah, Roberta says I'm having a touch of Freud not watching the Exodus. Chris says, me too, Pebbles. Sam says, I was retired due to ill health at age 24. Oh, goodness, Sam. I'm so sorry. Oh, my Lord. I'm glad you found knitting and crocheting. Granny says, I'm so glad I was able to retire at 52. 52? Oh, Granny. Yeah, Michelle's got to go to work. Okay, cuz, talk to you later. Yeah, it's hard when your body gives out on you. Jennifer says the UK petition for lowering free bus passes to everyone over 60 has been partially successful. The government have been forced to do something in January 26, Scotland, Wales, and London already. What about Northern Ireland? Pebble says, yet in this country, your SS is a lower payment. And it's your money. That's what's really sad. Roberta says, I have a chart of all the people who voted to exonerate Trump impeachment second time. I just need to start after January. I don't need to go back to when he was 45. Because we've got enough dirt on him from January to... Jennifer says, I have the free passes. We ask for equality UK-wide. Now, I think we get a senior citizens discount on the buses, but I do not believe we have free. We have a service called Call a Ride, where you can schedule a minibus to come pick you up at your home and take you to your doctor's appointment, and you give them, a roundabout time that you're going to be through with the doctors, and they will come back and pick you up. But I believe that they charge your Medicare for it. I believe. Granny says, I don't like Fox, though, so she can go. She's about one. Oh, is she really that old? Oh, my gracious. Oh, Roberta says Virginia Fox is the cranky white-haired lady that yelled "shut up" at their MAGA mic presser. Oh, that's okay. Because I didn't know who she was. It's like Facebook. I need them to, have their names on there so I know who they are. Jen says, I've even signed the petition for lowering pension age back to 60. They raised our pension. They raised our pension age because they said we were living too long and our pension was going to run out of money, even though, like I said, my brother-in-law passed at 66. We have people expiring who are not claiming their money, who have put money in the system. But we also, they borrowed money out of our Social Security. They have not paid it back, but they claim that that is not what's causing our shortage. Well, if that's not what's causing our shortage, put it back in there. Tell 47 not to go golfing next weekend. Take that 18 million and put it into Social Security. I don't understand how they can take our money away from us and tell us that we have to work longer to get our money when everybody in DC is spending money willy-nilly, and you only have to work until January the 3rd and you get your paycheck and your health care and your pension for the rest of your life. But you want us to work until 70 to get the money that we've already paid into the system. I'm sorry. I know my mother told me that the world is not fair, but it's not fair. And they just had 2 months off work with pay. Oh, she's a nasty old lady. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm mad at all the reds at the moment. If you're red, you're on my bad side. I'm sorry because you have no backbone. Who was it? Colin Allred from Texas said that he did not understand how the people in office are able to walk without a backbone. Granny says, yes, Roberta, I'm embarrassed that she's representing North Carolina proudly or not. Sheesh, I understand. Roberta says, pitiful down here, and the sanctions are going to make things hard. Buckle up. And he still thinks it's a good thing. And to pay your mortgage for 50 years because you have to pay less money. Pebble says, nope, only Social Security if it's higher than SSI. You don't get them both. But if you have $1 billion, you don't have to pay taxes. Susan says you don't get both. If you're on disability, it rolls over retirement at 65. Man. Deneen says, I think it is funny, but apparently Trump is going to work on getting potash from in the States. Not sure how he thinks he is going to have that happen. U.S. gets 95% of potash from Canada because he's dumb. He does not understand where things come from. And once he gets in his head that you can get it here in America, it doesn't matter what anybody tells him. This is what it is. It doesn't matter what you say, what kind of facts you put in front of him. Once he gets something in his head, that's all there is to it. Deneen says, now he says he is going to tear. How are you going to tariff potash? Deneen, just turn off the lights in New York and he'll shut up. because he keeps forgetting that Canada provides the electricity for the New England states. Cut the lights and tell him to shut up. Oh my gosh, he's stupid. Oh, what does he have against your farmers? Oh. Shady Vance is in this company that buys up foreclosed upon farms. So he's trying to make the farmers go out of business so they can sell their farms. So Shady and his cronies can come in and buy up these farms, and they run them as a corporation. The more land you own, the more you produce, the more you sell, the more money you make. Coley said, "Oh, Coley, welcome in. My Missouri cousin. I was blessed to retire at 35. I worked for Social Security then, and I do get 2 disability checks." Well, Coley, you're going to have to tell Pebbles the secret. Because I couldn't even get disability when I was in treatment and couldn't work. They wanted me to fill out all these forms and send them to Jeff City, and I said I wasn't going to be bothered. Pebble says, free bus in my county, but for access rides you pay. That really seems backwards. It seems like people who need the access are the ones who should not pay. And Coley's 49. Oh my gracious. Granny says, right, Deneen? He doesn't give up about the farmers or any of us. That's because of Shady, and I think Peter Thiel is also in that. I forgot the name of the corporation, but they're in the their whole thing is buying up farms. And these private prisons are owned by a lot of 47 supporters. So as they gather up the brown people, if they don't go to El Salvador, they go to these private prisons, and they get paid to hold these people, which goes into his friends' pockets. Hi, Coley. Roberta says, right, Granny D, he starts a trade war that cost the farmers 24 billion, then acts like he's doing something to give them 12. And where does the 12 come from? Our taxes for a problem that he caused. Camille says, a lot of it doesn't make sense. I know. I don't understand how he functions with all of this whirlpool in his head. I don't know how he functions. You kind of mad at all of them? Not just the red? My husband used to roll his eyes at me because I wasn't into politics with him. And I said, because they're politicians. They're all liars. If they go to Iowa and they have a speech, they say one thing. They go to Idaho and have a speech, they say the exact opposite of what they told these people in Iowa. So there's no point in me listening to them because they don't say the same thing twice in a row. I'm glad you were lost on the conversation. That's all right. I've been here the whole time, and I get lost sometimes. Coley, it's okay. Jen says, yes, we are living longer, but they are not tackling the unemployed who refuse to work, etc. Yes, they can stop their SS, but the cost of living goes in, and there are far too many unemployed. Yeah, they a lot of people found out during lockdown that they could make more money staying home. And so when lockdown was lifted, they decided not to go back to work. Granny says, right, BJ, those damn golf trips really burn. Yeah, they burned me up. Millions spent every trip, and he's doing it nearly every weekend. Yep, he needs to build a golf course at the White House instead of a freaking ballroom. Granny, you weren't here when we looked it up? He has a Trump golf course in Virginia. He has one with his name on it. And one of my letters that I wrote in was, can you all please keep him in Virginia at his golf course instead of letting him go down to Mar-a-Lago every weekend? Mm-hmm. He's got a golf course in Virginia with his name on it. Mm-hmm. No, I'm no that no, you're right. BJ, the EU have just voted to sanction the US like we did Russia. Which means what happens to us? What do we have to do now? The rules for disability nowadays are so backwards. They want you to stay in the house, in the attic, like in the 1800s, and don't come out. If they could get rid of the ADA, I'm pretty sure they would. Granny says, burns me up about the demolition of the East Wing for that tacky arse back. Granny? He hasn't done anything since January that I'm okay with. Every time he opens his mouth, I just want to put shaving cream in it. He hasn't done anything. Not one single solitary thing. Sam says it's like they say the last one to speak to T on a topic is the person T listens to. I don't know who does his research that's gotten him all this historical facts, because I know he didn't know about it before this. He didn't know about the Alien Enemies Act. Roberta says Sam these days is the one that gives him the best trinkets. That's true. That's true. Or the best BJs. Or the best lube. I think that's all I can say before they take this video down. Sam says, oh yeah, always have a good bar and a Rolex on, a gold bar and a Rolex on you, right? Coley says, I already had a disability and I got hired on some disability clause. I was never supposed to be able to hold a full-time job, but proved it when I lasted 11 years. Go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead with your bad self. Kudos to you, Coley. Do you still have that job? Paul says, we have downgraded in our freedom rating too. I didn't even know we ranked on the freedom ratings. I know we downgraded on our, what was that thing? Our, it's like the Geneva Convention, our humanitarian, whatever that you're rated on. Yeah, we're down in the toilet. Paul, and the value of the dollar is plummeting. Does our dollar have a value? Susan says, I wish you had gone after disability. I filled out the forms for my daughter, and she garnered it the same month. I did fill out the huge stack of forms for her, though. See, got it, not Gorman. Okay, thank you, because I'm like, she Gorman it? She garnered it. Yeah, they told me what forms I had to fill out, and then I had to send them to Jeff City, and they would review it, and it would take up to 6 months. And I'm like, shoot, if it's going to take 6 months, it'll be over, and I'll be back at work by then. It's never going to be over. Never over. Well, if we're sanctioned, where goes my hobby? I don't know. I'm waiting for Roberta to tell me what happens. VJ, sanction means we won't be traded with. Assets overseas seized. We may lose military bases overseas. Oh, so everybody gets to come home? All my little German buddies get to come home? Especially since they took all the black statues out of the military-based schools in Germany. We won't be traded with. Well, and you know what? Why didn't they do that before they spent all that money having 47 come over for the state's dinner? Because then they had to throw out the sheets and everything and have that room disinfected when he left. They could have saved a lot of money if they had done this before they invited him over. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Roberta says, Granny says, Susan, that's great. I think most folks get a lawyer to fill out all that mess out. I'd have to, I was like, 6 months, I'd be at work by then, but no. Sam says, I volunteer to peg tea, just saying. See, I would like to turn ICE loose on the White House. Granny is laughing at Sam. Chris says, but I already have yarn. I don't like American-made yarn. Chris, this too shall pass. Hold on to your points. The next one in, I hope, does a clean sweep like he did and say everything that was a executive document from the former president is wiped out. Clean slate. We're starting over. That is my wish, hope, and prayer. That they just come in and say, everything he touched is gone. We're starting over. Everything with a DJT. This is a small channel. Maybe the royal family still had hopes to reason. Oh, I hope Charlie is brighter than that. I really do. Because he had seen him in the past. I hope he's brighter than that. But then, too, he's in his late 70s. Cully says, Social Security was too stressful, so I had to leave. But 7 months after I went on disability, I worked for Columbia Transit System in customer service. It was the least stressful job I ever had. Then the sea came, and then you came home. I understand. Yeah, my daughter said, you're not going to work. You're done. You're going to stay home. Granny says, that's my prayer too, VJ, and I hope it's a lot sooner than 28. Granny, me too. I hope it's a lot sooner. I hope that, I pray that somebody comes in and just does a clean sweep and everything that has DJT on it, reverse. Like that song says, reverse. Because all of this is just pure, unadulterated nonsense. It's just nonsense. Roberta says, has anyone seen the big T flags hanging on government? No. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, have mercy, Jesus. Oh my God. Boy, I've been out of the loop for a while. I know nothing. Massive banners. Oh my lord. Do I have to make this smaller to get this whole thing on here? Do I want this whole thing on here? Will it fry my computer? Oh gosh. Nope, that's all they did. Oh, see, this is shades of communist China. Who's paying for this mess? Okay, let me go back and try flags again. Because I put in flags and they gave me banners. The American flag have his name on it? I'm scared to look. Okay, he put up a regular flag. Thank you, Donnie. That's a big sucker. That's as tall as the Washington Monument. Oh, Lord. Oh, we are the laughingstock of the world. Subscribe to the White House newsletter. I'm not going to blow my computer up. Ooh, Lord. Oh, shoot, it didn't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, my Lord. Susan says, Granny D, my ex is a disability rep. He advised on exactly how to word every response. I won. Professionally, he does go to court with his clients when needed. Well, that's nice of him. Sam says, I am amazed at how T still insists the economy there is brilliant and better than Biden's. I believe he hasn't released job numbers because they are so bad. Oh yeah, he fired the guy that's responsible for the job numbers. That is ridiculous. That's great, Susan. Yes, it is. It really is. If a disability lawyer takes your case, you will win because they only get paid if you get approved. Oh, well, that's an incentive. Camille says because for his base he can say whatever and they'll believe it, Sam. Camille says a lot of us know it's BS, but his people believe. Camille, sometimes I don't think it's that they believe. I think that they are afraid of him primarying them and they don't want to leave office. But since everybody's leaving office, they should stand up and. But then Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying when he calls her Marjorie Trader Brown, she's getting death threats. And he's vengeful. So everybody else is afraid for their lives and the lives of their families. And the, the governor of Pennsylvania received 2 pizzas. So they're treacherous people. Sam said, yeah, Camille, I listened to Parker Get a Job. He debates MAG on YT. And it just amazes how little they know and how much they will defend. He said he likes the uneducated. The banner's what you were talking about. Ooh. Camille listens to Parker too and his friend Dean. North Korean style. I was close. China's close to North Korea. As a matter of fact, China took over North Korea. I still count that vote. Okay, I'll take half a point. He is robbing everything and his treasurer printing money. Is his treasurer printing money? Because he's mad at the president of the federal bank because he won't lower the interest rates. Don't sleep on Santana. I like me some Santana. Look on images for the banner or the flag. Sparring with Santana. You'll do whatever it takes when your child has a terminal illness. That's true. That is true. I second that. I second that. And if I had known that the pandemonium was going to last as long as it did, or if I had felt like being bothered, or if I had had somebody to fill out the paperwork for me, I probably would have, but I was not able. I didn't have the bandwidth to do it. Roberta says a lot of people know they just can't handle admission and they were duped. And they're afraid. They're afraid. Roberta, I'm looking on images for what? The banner or the flag? What am I looking for? Or am I looking for Santana? Back in the day, I liked me some Santana. The banner. Ugh, do I really want to see it? Ugh, ugh, ugh. Yeah, remember to bring you along. Oh, gross. He's on there with Lincoln. Oh my God, what a narcissist. Department of Labor. Oh, so sick. He's just sick. And the flag. Let me see if I can make this bigger so you all can see. There we go. What does it look like over here? Can everybody see? Because I can't do the... I can't do that and run the tab. I'm so sorry. That's so frustrating. No, not that one. This one. Did we pay for that? Okay, that's more homework. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. USDA spent $16,400 on banners to honor Trump and Lincoln. Oh, but we don't have we don't have money for SNAP and Medicaid. The unusual installation was a 31-foot tall reminder of how much things have changed in Washington. Let me make sure that you're seeing this and you're not. Good God, how come every time I hit something you lose it? There we go. See, I'm learning. I need to check. $16,400 on banners, but we can't put money into SNAP. Make this make sense. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins posted, can you move? I'm trying to read here. Posted a video on X on May the 15th that begins amid stirring music and with footage that purports to show Civil War soldiers, and says that amid that war's deprivations, Lincoln planted a seed that resulted in the U.S. establishing USDA in 1862. Then, shifting into lurid black and white footage, it blasts former President Biden for turning the department into a bloated bureaucracy, wasting billions while America's farmers were left behind. Under Trump, the video says, its images bleeding back into color. The department is being restored and is focused on its mission of putting farmers first. This isn't just a milestone, it's a rebirth, the narrator intones. It then shows the banner at night saying, America is rising once again. Oh, what malicious propaganda. Oh, oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. Installation of banners. That is absolutely horrible. So he thinks going back to 1862 makes him something special. Ooh, child. $16,400. Oh Lord, they've got the 2024 banner in the Etsy shops. Seriously? Oh. Thank you, House Democrats, for criticizing. I appreciate that. Oh, I like this one on Facebook. Lincoln is giving him the finger. Thank you, Abe. Let me see if you all got a good view of that, or do I need to open it up? Can you all see that? Oh, let me catch my chat here. Sorry, folks. Camille says, you think they can't handle admission, or they are just that hate-filled that they go along with even though it hurts them. I really think they're scared. Oh my gosh. God bless you, Susan. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. At that time, I did not know that you were living with Ashley. We paid for it. Ain't that a flippin' blip? I watched some show, 60 Minutes or something along those lines, about the farmers and how they've lost so much and have been unaliving themselves. And then after all that, they still support tea. I know, it's sad. It's really sad. Oh, I am so sorry. I am just so, Susan, I'm just blown away here. I don't understand it either, Roberta. I really don't. You nearly blacked out, Roberta. See, there's our second homework. I did not pay to have $16,400 spent on daggum banners. He likes the uneducated, and this proves why. Yes, it does. I like that Facebook one. I really like that. Uneducated can figure it out. This is extra. Ooh. Camille, I've started telling people you're uneducated, not stupid. Wake up. I like that. I like that. I like that. Oh, gosh. Washington, D.C. for Trump. That's on eBay. How much money is Trump wasting? Oh, this is the New Republic. So he's got this one with his face. the flag, and it looks like FDR. Oh, he is such a, he's just a waste of space. I can't believe that people actually did this. And then there's the soldiers. 250 American workers first. Oh my gosh. And then there's the France 24 says Trump stamps dictator chic on Washington. Looks like a beach resort. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then there's his bogus pretending that he was shot. Florida man refuses to take down. Oh, God. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. I am so ashamed of being an American at this point in time. Oh, I like this one. I miss my country. I need that on a t-shirt. I need that on a t-shirt. OM to the G. I need that on a t-shirt. I need that. Camille's laughing at me. Roberta says, this is why I'm not allowed in public. Camille says, this is why I stay home. I'm surrounded. Oh, girl. Wait a minute. I am in one of the blue cities in a red state. And they carved up the other blue city to get him one more chair. Roberta says, now I need drugs and a nap. Girl, I think I'm going to go to bed with a hot toddy. Because this nonsense is, whoa, this is horrible. I can't. And then he wants to have the 6 Democratic representatives who did the ad telling the National Guard and the soldiers that they do not have to accept illegal orders. He's talking about they're, seditionists, and they should be punished by death. But he pardoned the J6ers. But they just arrested a guy that had the pipe bomb from J6. But he looks like me. He's in jail when everybody else was pardoned. Make that make sense. Stop. Camille, stop running from me. I'm going to get to you. Roberta says we need to figure out a way to draw a mustache on those banners. I'm afraid of heights. No, actually, my stomach does not like heights, so it won't be me. Camille says, I'm in Texas, close to Dallas, but not in it. Ooh, can you get a mobile home for how long's your residency? 6 months? Can you get one of those 5-wheelers and just park it someplace and tell them that's your residency? No, you know what? She's running for Senate, so it's the whole state, right? Because she's not running for Congress this time. So if she's running for Senate, you can be anywhere in Texas. Correct me if I'm wrong. You all know how I am about geography. Help us sister out here. Roberta says we need to figure out a way to I read that one. Bunch of good old boys and mega religious and loves tea. Girl. I had posted that I want an absentee ballot for the Senate race, and I will mail it in. I'll move down and move in with my brother-in-law. I wonder if he let me live there for 6 months so that I can vote for Jasmine. But he's a diehard Republic. He may never let me come down there again if I vote for Jasmine. My in-laws are diehard Republicans. So we have interesting dinner conversations. Yeah. Yeah. But they have not put me out and locked the doors yet. So our homework. Susan says everybody gets a ballot at home here. Yeah, but see, I'm in Missouri and I want to vote for Jasmine in Texas. That's the problem. I have to establish residency. Roberta says, oh, and one more thing. Trump has been found to have done the same thing with house loans he tried to prosecute others for. Oh, of course he has. You know, we said everything that he accuses somebody else of is projection. So yeah, I'm sure. And you know, when he had those apartment buildings in New York, he would not let them rent to blacks. I knew he was a bigot way back then. Camille's laughing at me. I got a studio apartment for rent. Ooh, okay. Okay, because I need to come down there and establish residency so I can vote for Jasmine. And then I have to come back here so I can... Who do I have to vote for up here? Oh, Wesley Bell. I just have to go all over the country so I can vote. We're going to get the blues in. I don't care what I have to do. We're going to get the blues in. Because these reds have... See, if you notice, I don't wear red. I never wore red. And now I'm really... I start to itch when somebody says, we're going to do red and black. You want me to wear red? Ooh, no. The most red I'll do is a Solo cup. And that red and yellow hat is not for me. Okay, we are going to write that my taxes didn't go for that 1,600 and I'm gonna put these in the description because this is yeah, we don't have money for SNAP, but we got money to hang his banners, and we got $18 million for him to go down to Mar-a-Lago every weekend. So yeah, that is not what my what I pay taxes for. Ooh, that hateful man. I don't pay taxes for him to take us back to the Monroe Doctrine. There's a lot of things I don't pay taxes for. Oh, crap. Hang on, everybody. I keep forgetting I have... Oh, Lord Jesus. Sometimes it shares and sometimes it makes me want to tell you that I want to share the screen. I wish it would be consistent so I'd remember. Okay. Lord help me. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna put the links for what we have discussed in the description. And I want to thank everybody who has brought in an issue today, because I was looking at stuff this weekend and it was just pitiful. It was just absolutely pitiful. I can't I can't believe what they're... Okay, my daughter just left work. What they are trying to put us through and trying to shove down our necks. He's lucky I'm not a reporter. I'd be shouting back and a visitor. Oh, I saw it in passing. I didn't get to read the whole thing, but Adelita Grijalva was somewhere, and ICE was messing with people, and they pepper sprayed her in her face. Pitiful. And of course, I can't spell her name. Wait a minute. Adelita Grijalva. Oh, thank you. You got it on there. Pepper sprayed. She says she was pepper sprayed at a. Make sure you can see this because my stuff is iffy here. Oh, help me. You got on headphones, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be a horn. I apologize. Let me turn this down. Can we back up, please? And this is going to be the last thing we're going to do. I want to thank everybody who's hung out with me. Oh, you're not going to let me back up? Take the little button, scroll back. You're not going to let me scroll back.
You guys need to calm down and get out. You need to get out. You need to get out.
Pause. Make it big. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Make sure you all can see it. Okay. So far, so good. Can we have a little volume?
Hey, put it down!
There's ICE.
You guys need to calm down and get out. You need to get out. You need to get out.
Get out of the way. Stop. You guys need to clear now.
See, he's got the pepper spray in his hand.
I'm not going anywhere, and I'm going to continue to push back.
What is our country coming to? That is ridiculous. Isn't that an oxymoron, honoring Trump and Lincoln? Scratching my head. Yeah, on both counts. He's not honest, and he didn't free the slaves. Oh, yeah. Oh, I said I hadn't seen it in passing. But yeah, she's down in Arizona. I didn't know ICE was in Arizona yet. And they have sent ICE to Minnesota to get the Somalis and send them back over to Somalia because he's mad at Ibn Omar. He's a petty little man. And anybody who stands up to him, he's going to retaliate against. And it's sad that he's such a baby. He's like a 12-year-old. I'm going to get you. You hurt my feelings. I'm going to call ICE on you. I'm going to make you disappear. We got a lot of praying to do. We got a lot of letters to write. And you got ICE. You're a red state and you've got ICE there too. Oh, Camille, my Lord. That's horrible. ICE was here. I did not see them. I know they went in the next county over and raided a Mexican restaurant and took a lot of the workers. I think the restaurant had to close. My cousin said that they had been to her school. She's a teacher, and they were looking at the kids. They were going to try to get the kids to get the parents, and the school locked the doors and wouldn't let them in. I was like, that is crazy. Because they aren't protected. They aren't protesting here too much. You need to organize a protest so you don't get it in the news. Call Don Lemon. Call Don Lemon. And, but they're not protesting. Call, 5051, and see if they can organize a protest down there. And then start making calls to go through YouTube, find out who's down there in Texas, and see if they won't come out and do something. Or call your local TV station. I sent you an ICE raid tracker. An email? Ooh, Dankeschön. Thank you so much, Susan. So for anybody who is interested, not that one, this one. Because this is craziness. This really is. Thank you so much, Susan. Camille says we do that, but I'm saying you don't get the ICE footage from here. Oh, okay, yeah. So you do that. Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten any of that footage. Thank you so much, Susan. And there it is for anybody who wants to track what's going on that we don't hear about. Craziness. Thank you, everybody who has spent this time with me. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to write. I've got the links for the representatives and the Congress and the Senate and 47 in the description. Remember, if you're going to text 47, use a burner phone because they are vindictive little buzzards. Again, I'm going to put these links in the description and let your fingers do your walking because we've got to do something. We need to let our voices be heard. So when they stand up there and they say, well, my constituents agree, it's like, no, your constituents don't agree. And we've already told you we don't agree. So don't stand up there and lie. Everybody be safe, be happy. If you haven't gotten your vaccinations, go get your vaccines because they may not be available for a while. And if you wait until the insurance companies find out that vaccines have been taken off the list, they may not pay for them. So keep yourself happy. Love you all. Take care now. Bye-bye.